let me say a pleasant good morning to one and all, especially those of you listening to Classic Radio 105.5. Good morning to you. Those of you viewing GBN TV also, good morning to you. Hope all is well. Those of you via social media platforms, whether it's a Facebook page, YouTube channels, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's to the point. It's Wednesday, the 21st day of May 2025. It's usually we say Government Wednesday here on the program, and just to inform you that we have no one representing the government side this morning here on the program, so which leads us to have an open line edition of To The Point, which means I'll welcome you listeners, viewers out there, whatever part of the world you're at and you're listening to the program. Feel free to give us a call, 435-2041, 435-2021. You can do so via the WhatsApp if you want to do it by that particular medium, or you can call via the direct line, 435-2041. It's an open line this morning, which means it's open for general discussion this morning, your views, your concerns, solutions. It's something I always wish I could hear a whole lot of, how we can solve issues that are, of course, plaguing us from time to time. And someone may just have that particular viewpoint this morning and the option of solving such a problem. Let's hear from you, 435-2041. We have up until it's 10 a.m. this morning. The usual, of course, what you need to know when you're calling in, folks. Sometimes it slips you. Make sure your radio or television is totally turned off before you make that call, and it will be a smooth flow of things for us this morning. All right? And if you could just be to the point and, of course, give us the opportunity to make call in also. I know sometimes we do have a lot to say, but if you could keep it as brief as possible, I will certainly appreciate that a whole lot. 435-2041. 435-2041. Who's going to get the ball rolling this morning? I already see my lines are going, which means someone is there. Let's say good morning to the caller. You're welcome, caller. Good morning in your life.
Good morning, Mr. JT.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, I just want to bring it to your attention to the listening up of Grenada, if they can call the powers that be their ministers and ask them if they can put in place for the disabled and elderly, because they're all going to get older and we're not able to get on the bus and get off the bus, and give these people, the elderly and disabled, a card somewhere. I was on the bus yesterday, and you have to beg and pray that there's someone, a police officer there, and if he's not there, they want to give you a ticket. So it'd be nice if they can come up to the 21st century. We live in 2025. They give them a disabled and elderly a card to flash when they're getting off and on the bus, because it's difficult in the rain. It was raining yesterday. And the powers that be, if they can do that, if they're Grenada people can call their ministers and ask them if they can do that sooner than later.
All right.
God bless. Right. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Great point. It may not be left up to a particular minister or so, but there are probably various departments within government that could probably look into that. It's not the first time I'm hearing someone, of course, contributing towards making that particular contribution towards assisting the elderly. Yeah, from time to time, that ease of movement for them, that will certainly go a whole long way. 435-2041. 435-2041. Let's hear from you this morning. Of course, you probably have some concerns that you would like to speak about this morning. And also, you may want to offer a solution to that particular concern or that particular issue that you're noticing within your community. And there's always something within your community that you have some concern about. And you're thinking if the authorities do this or do that, it may ease that particular problem that you may be experiencing in that little neck of the woods where you live. We do have another caller. Caller, your life. Good morning and welcome.
Hey, Gigi, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Now, according to in any case, there are some people in this country feel that they are alone with all, and I think them say that the facts and that is truth. Now, the Prime Minister in the days going by, in MP time, I get a loan to build to some suites at the airport. To condemn the plan, condemn the system. Gentlemen, even calling say even Barbados, who have all the passengers coming Barbados and planes running Barbados in regular more than Grenada. They have a wing on the airport. Jamaica, I call up the countries in the Caribbean well enough, which have more traveling allowance going to their country than Grenada. But we having a wing on the airport, where they putting money coming worldwide. Now, if you leave things to happen, say, next 20 years, it will be cheaper, or it will be dearer, if you don't know. The blind national putting points because Paul are too small to accommodate things. So the modern they're putting points are simple. So if we do it now, within the next 20 years, it will be there 20 years to come. So do it now and done. Now the praise the government of China for giving the loan. Whenever I not mention about the NMP, or the vision, and they condemn Why they open a new road on the airport for this and the other? They say open a new road for the hotel, and one for the airport directly road and the hotel road direct road. And it come to pass when they open the other. Bless him. There's some people who feel what them say, and them is the bright ones, and them is the one who go condemn and criticize. But ask them what they go do for me to go forward. So condemn it. We are common slavery. No man on the earth know it all. No man know it all on the earth. Everyone have a part on this earth to bring the earth forward. So when you keep on knowledge, if there was a man who had knowledge and keep on by himself and he die with it, he's a fool. Knowledge need to pass on. But what I could see, and my vision further and yours, if you only upgrade your knowledge, too bad for you. But when a man has knowledge, let you do what you got to do. So you dumb and you can't see and you condemn and you can't build nothing. But I said, we ain't going to know you know. Everything we are people that condemn and condemn. You call them a point, I'm not going to condemn you. I want you to say nothing. It's time we stop these little petty things going as people. We have to build by some people. You have to build to go forward. You're going to come tomorrow and years to come. You have to build. So what if we don't let it continue building? But who has no vision of complaining? And they can't build nothing.
Thank you.
I mean, we are that will be something wrong with one.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. And I certainly do appreciate your contribution this morning. 435-2041. The lines are open for general discussion this morning. And I'm certainly all ears to hearing what you have to contribute towards today's program. Let's hear from you. 435-2041. Don't forget the WhatsApp is also available for you. Also, 435-2041, same number. If for some reason it's the first time you are listening to the program, it's the first time you want to make a contribution, and you prefer to do it via the WhatsApp, just add the same number or add this number to your contact list, 435-2041, and you certainly will be live here on the program. We do have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, GT. GT, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you this morning?
I'm very well. I'm just over the cold, man.
Well, that's good. That's good. Nice meeting you for the first time the other day, man. Nice couple of days ago, I met you for the first time.
You say I am the most troublesome caller. I took it as a compliment.
All right.
I have a bit of concern.
Tell me.
Regarding the pension. Mm-hmm. Now, low-wage pension. I think I mentioned it before. If I may hold on, let me start. There are some people who work all the years, and due to the wages was very small, maybe 500 and under a month. So although they work hard and they made the contribution, now they have to get the NIS. They're getting $300 per month. Of course, that's what they made based on the contribution. So now I am asking, now we know that because of the past administration didn't take time out to think in a long term about these low-pay workers, to know that when they retire, the NIS will be very small. So now, this administration have to take the bulls by the horn and give these pensioners who are getting the NIS. Remember, they made the contribution at least $1,000 per month. Now, I know everybody opening their mouth and their eyes and say, where is this money going to come from? Let me tell you. Now, the people work hard. They was underpaid. They was abused by the salary. Now they work hard and they're in poverty. So the money is going to come from, one, not the Minister of Labor. The Labor, somebody did. Said how much $1 million they made in selling permits to workers. Mm-hmm. This will come. Some will come from there. Some will come from the. It's just slipping in. Some will come from NIS because the NIS invest monies and they are getting an interest. So some will come from there. Some will come from the passport place. So that already make it up. And if the government has to pitch in here and there. But the thing is, JT, if they want to do something, any government, whether this administration or the other administration, they get it done. No, because if they see that's important, they get it done. But you see, they will only have to make a sacrifice at least 3 to 6 months for the most, because the monies are here. If people get $1,000, they buy food, buy rum, they buy cigarette, whatever they buy. But the monies are here, and there is taxes on everything. So they invest in the money here. So the Treasury will be getting more money that they could pay out of the Treasury. Just like me, when I was in Toronto, I send the money here. People don't send money here to Toronto. So I am saying that the administration should take it into consideration, and it's time that people come out of poverty. And we depend on administration to take out of poverty. And I am not part of it, so I'm not negotiating this one on my behalf. So the government should look into it and help the less fortunate from the poverty system.
All right, girl. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Blessings goes out to you. Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's a number if you want to be live on today's program. Make your contribution, particularly a particular issue or concern that you have, and you certainly want to bring it to the forefront. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Good morning, JT.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, I want to talk about the pretty last in the law.
Yes.
I find too much people are losing what they plant in the land. I find the government should amend the pretty last in the act to give these people, they don't get enough jail. Because when a man have to go and work the land, get his manual, even pay people to help him weed, buy plants, and you're going to teach the king to buy cocaine and all drugs, rum and things. These people have to get more jail, JT. So I feel the government should amend the law, the pretty law, so that the people could get more jail. I thank you.
Thank you. And next time they of course, the representative and government in particular have a town hall meeting in your area, probably should raise that particular concern that you have, and of course, and see what sort of feedback you will get in relation to that. We do have another caller. Caller, you're live via WhatsApp. Good morning and welcome. What's up, caller? Good morning.
Hey, JT, good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you doing this morning, sir?
Hey, not too bad at all. GT, first I want to big up our Prime Minister, because that's his second podcast, and this is one of the growing podcasts right now, where you could call the Prime Minister and you could question him. All right? And also, I want to thank our Prime Minister again for finishing that project on the airport. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to see when you have to see people walking on the runway. You understand? But now you could go from the plane straight into the terminal. You know what I mean? And reach is a good. Also, GT, I want to say one more thing.
Yeah, go right ahead, man.
Okay, we have the NMP MP who is receiving $10,000. You know what I mean? And I want to know what they're really doing with the money. You know what I mean? We don't hear nothing from them. You know what I mean? And the senators from the NDC, everybody calling them to do this and do that. You know what I mean? And when they have an MP who don't do nothing. You know what I mean? So anytime they come on Tuesday, I have to challenge them to know why they're doing with the people's money.
All right. Well, you certainly have that option to do so. Next time we have a representative from government who's a member of parliament, you could actually call in and ask them that. And I think most of them already gave some reason or gave what they really do with it. Probably you missed it. So probably you could question them on it again and get that answer that you need.
But GT, when people go to them, they're sending them back to the senators.
All right. Well, that I can't follow up on you with. I have no evidence of that. Of course, that's another third party talk from you, so I can't follow up on it. But next time one of the of course MPs are here, you could probably ask them the question. All right. Take it easy, bro. Have a good morning.
The same to you, my friend.
All right. We do have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Good morning, GT.
I recommend that you lower our radio or whatever you have in the background, whatever device, please.
Yeah. I'll lower it down.
Go right ahead, please.
I just want to I want to make an observation. to the traffic, and it is in Monjalo. When you come from where you call Peter's Field to go down to Defu and top the hill, we know the drivers on both sides cannot see each other until it's on top of the hill there. And he always has some accident there. I was wondering if the traffic department can really do something for them by putting either a warden or a policeman there every morning, because the one time the traffic will be real tough. They coming from Monjalo and coming from Marian side. It will be real there, and then you have traffic coming from down Defu and coming from Telesford coming up the hill there. And there is a whole problem there. So I'm wondering if somebody could put a policeman there.
All right.
Talking about the other point is about we're talking about the Twitter larceny. I think when you put them in jail, the same people that mind them, the same set of people who they steal from, what come and mind them, still with the taxes they pay. What I recommend is that when they hold them, whatever they thief, you value it and make them work the land for it. So the person who stole from the person, they value what they thief, what they destroy, they value it and make them work to it. Go in the field and cutlass and fork and plant oilseeds, and then the authority give them 2 lashes every other month for that very pet thing.
You know, as I mentioned earlier, caller to the previous caller, you know, the police have the community outreach where they probably come to your area or so. Those are the recommendations you probably could throw out to them and see if they could take it back to the of course, the others in authority, and see if they could have those made legislated and so forth so that it could be implemented. All right?
Yeah, okay, because if you put them in prison, you have to still mind them and you're jumping out the prison with them.
I understand.
Put them out to walk in bills and flog them. They don't like get up flog again. Do it.
All right, man. Well, that'll be disbanded a wee bit. I don't think that is legal anymore to flog someone. Caller, you live. Hey, what's up? Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
I want to make a comment on one of the callers who said that he want to know what the opposition MP doing with the $10,000. First of all, I've been listening to this caller all the time. I think we're from the same parish. I want to know if he living in Grenada for the next election, if he could vote for NDC and still vote for the new movement. Sometimes it sounds like if he is a new movement supporter, then 1 minute he's a NDC supporter. He doesn't like the NNP. What is his choice? So politically, sometimes people ask questions that really don't make any sense, because if the opposition MP getting $10,000, we have a ruling party in power. So if they use the money bad, the ruling party is going to know they use the money bad. I mean, you can be sitting now in New York, where America is more advanced place, and still trying to create all this political thing. What they doing with the money? 1 week you are Peter David, now 1 week you are Dick Mitchell. So how are you going to vote in the next election? We don't have no dual vote on general election there. So it's more melee. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, caller. Thank you for your contribution this morning. Callers and viewers, we due for a break. Let's take it when we come back. More of your contribution after the break. Don't touch it dial. It will be brief. Stay with us.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication.
Sporting fans, ready yourselves for the most anticipated Winston Tide games, June 7th and 8th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Come support our athletes as they compete with some of the region's best in the field events and on the tracks. Save the date, June 7th and June 8th, Winston Tide games at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Stay tuned for more info. Winston Tide Game 2025.
Get ready, Grenada. The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's playing field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th. So don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you there.
GBN presents the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, Saturday, June 7th, Mon Rouge Plainfield from 11 a.m. Our partners, Maggie, the secret of great flavor, Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Clark's Court, Grenada's #1 rum, Grenada Paper Products, makers of Cherish, Spring Soft, Harbour Bay and Super Value Toilet Paper, and Royal, Quick and Easy and Horizon Paper Towels, Budget Foods Inc., Classic Lighting, and Blue Bubbles PA Rental and Event Supplies. It's the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules.
Welcome back, viewers, to The Point, Classic Radio, GBN TV. Certainly hope all is well with everyone this morning. We have an open line edition of To The Point for today, Wednesday, the 21st day of May. Let's take a comment from someone via the WhatsApp this morning, and they're saying, "Good morning, GT. I am messaging you from Carriacou, and I'm concerned about public toilets in Carriacou. There are none in the town, and if you want to use the bathroom, you have to ask a private person." So that's a bit of a concern there. So probably the authorities in Carriacou could probably look into that in terms of having public toilets made available. Let's go to the phone line. We do have a caller. Caller, your life. Good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Concerning the gentleman that called a while ago and the pretty Alosany portals.
Yeah.
I love that idea he made concerning the work, the labor. When the thief let them labor to the amount of things they thief and be on their backs, don't move from the land, because they could do things. But I don't like the flogging. You just give them that labor kind of penalty.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much also for your contribution. 435-2041. Let's see if I could grab a couple more comments before we go, but the lines are going. So we go back to the phone line. Caller, welcome. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, GT. How are you?
Doing good. How are you this morning?
I'm blessed. I want to support the female caller that mentioned about the NIS. And she pointed out where you could get some money. Well, the people that, the drivers and them that breaking the law, packing up anyway, and picking up passengers. This money they collect, they could put it on the fund to help the pensioners. GT, I know of a man in car bus driver in Grenada here. For 1 year, he had to pay $50,000 for picking up passengers out at the bus stand and things like that. So they just make a little money there, so at least they could get some from that to help the pensioners. And even to stretch it, he has people that children over under 1 year, they kill their parents. GT, and nothing coming out of that. These children and them depending on their father, and they just take their life just so. Nobody don't looking at them. I would say nobody. Thank God NIS giving $100 and something to help the little child, so they could put this together with the pension. And when you get some money every month, you put it there and help this contribution to help the pensioners and those who lost their parents.
Okay.
And nobody to look over them. And before I run out, I want to applaud the Prime Minister. He acting like a servant, and that's the way to go. Last week he had this program, and this young lady called out to him and plead because about this road in Cow Hill. I see a video where he visits the situation, and she called this week and congratulate him for coming and look at it. And that's the way sometimes when you vote for these people and them, they feel they come in charge, them is boss, and they don't even study about a Prime Minister. He take note, and he tried to address the situation. So I feel proud and happy for the way he's doing things in this country. Thank you, Dickie.
Thank you also for calling in, and thank you for making your contribution. Appreciate it a whole lot. 4352041. Someone via the WhatsApp. Good morning, GT. I would like to know why the elected opposition MPs are not using the monies that have been given to them by the government to do things for their constituency. Well, that's a question you may like to need to ask the MPs when they do come on the program, and they're suddenly able to give you an answer. We do have another caller. Caller, your life. Good morning.
Hi, good morning to you, Judy.
Good morning to you, sir.
It's been a while. A couple of things quickly. Pretty larceny. It's one of the most heartbreaking things that is happening to our country. It's a real scourge. And I don't know what could be done, but the penalties just are not strong enough, and they are not striking home to the culprits. Something more has to be done to bring justice to our toiling farmers. It is so hurtful. Now, a previous caller spoke about the MBI expansion. And, vision is always 20/20 in hindsight. And it all came out very well, and we're very happy. Now, I do not know, however, if he's correct in saying that the current administration had criticized the project. As far as I know, I can't speak on behalf of the NDC or the current government, but I know at that time, as far as I can recall, the NDC was silent. It was the TGM, the Grenada movement, that had a public discourse on the project, not NDC, the TGM, because I was associated with that group and I was a part of that discourse. And the concerns were about the priority of the project at a time. I think it was a few months or a year after COVID, and tourism was devastated, and there was so much need, so many things that are crying out for attention in the communities, agriculture and other things. And the question was, it was because of the debate we had, a debate. It was never right or wrong. We thought we should discuss and debate the issue, whether we thought it was, the people felt that it was a priority area at the time. The other matter that was raised was about the process of the award of the bid. There was no competitive bid. The folks are lending you the money, and they determine who will do the project. And we thought that was not proper. There must be a competitive bid in order for you to get the best value, both in terms of the technical expertise for the project and also the best economic value for the project. And because there was no bid, you granted the loan and granted the contractor. And these were the issues that were raised. No one said it was a bad project, and it definitely was not the NDC. But I can speak for that because I was a part of that event itself. Okay. And now, quickly, I heard, I don't go to social media much, but somebody sent me something over the weekend about laughing, those sort of AI-generated comical things where somebody was laughing out of the breath about the Garden Group project. They were mimicking a former NDC candidate who, about 15 years ago or so, had a slip of the tongue and said that the NDC was the one. I said the NDC gave us the Garden Group and it was so devastating and destructive. Now, why does the NNP want to bring that up? The name the person gave was the wrong name. The party name was wrong. But everything that was said there was true. Everything was true about the loss of the money. I think it's about $15 million. The destruction forever of some of our prime local properties as the No Problem, which has never come back. The Cedars Inn, the Mafeking Apartments, the Cameron Park Hotel, to name a few. These were all devastated. They never came back. We lost our money. And no one to this date has been held accountable. No one. So I do not know why somebody would think they're doing the NNP a good by bringing up this thing. It's not a laughing matter. People lost their livelihoods, and we lost hotels. For somebody to be so insensitive and making a joke out of such a serious matter. And you know the irony of it? That's why I'm finding it so strange that the NNP supporters will want to bring that up. Now, a family member of the same person who was supposedly the culprit in the loss of those 15 or how many $1 million is now offering up as a caretaker or candidate for the same constituency that was devastated by that project. A family member. Up to this date, no one has been held accountable. So why would someone saying that they are NDC supporter want to bring up the Garden Group of all debacles, all disasters, all tragedies at this point in time? I don't know. I can't understand it. Have a wonderful day.
You too, sir. Have a good morning, and thanks for your contribution towards today's program. Hey, folks, someone is saying, good morning, GT, and I am concerned about young children who are seen just roaming during school hours, and what will happen to them? I'm trying to get the gist of it. Maybe you are concerned in terms of what is going on, and maybe you're concerned in terms of what is happening there and so forth. So let's go to the phone line once again. Caller, you are live. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning
to you, sir. Good morning.
You know, sometimes I just can't understand some people, like your last caller. If you listen very carefully, there's a guy that has been on both stations on mornings, and you're explaining to people about this things on the internet and people doing all kind of things to make this one look good and that one look good. I mean, sometimes I just can't understand why people are trying to push a certain narrative. Anyhow, I'll leave that there for now. And, you know, he has come across like he's so bright and intelligent and this and that. I will leave that there for now. I wonder, I can't ask him, where is the lights, this millions of dollars that were spent on these lights that they put up on the foreigners? Was that a one-off, my brother? And they take it down?
Well, more or less it seems so. It seems like that for now.
Wow. Unbelievable of the reckless spending of this present administration. Unbelievable. They met at what they so-called pregnant treasury. And what did they do? Jobs for the boys and this one and that one had to get fat and thing. And yet for us, these are the same people that talk about NMP and wastage and all this kind of thing. Come on, man. That was unnecessary, in my view. Probably the money could have been channeled somewhere else, or something else could have been done. I call asking you about, I hate to do this thing about this one say that, about what the $10,000 doing and thing. I don't believe this caller living in Grenada. I don't believe this caller living in Grenada with this mediocre questions he come in and ask it. He need to go to various constituency office either at the end of the month or when the money is being dispersed, and he would see the scores of people that is being there going and look for assistance. So I don't understand. I mean, I guess I'd met some people looking to see a wall bill or a drain building from that $10,000. What $10,000 to do infrastructure-wise in a constituency? Ask yourself the question, Mr. Host. $10,000 can buy a good tree load of this white sand they import in here, if you understand, hypothetically. So I don't know what some people coming on your ear with this venom about NMP and the venom about the NDC. Listen, 40-something years going. We 50 already into independence, and it's like we don't go nowhere at all. Believe me, no, because this backward mentality we have a come on, I lead that day for now. Good morning.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your contribution. Appreciate it a whole lot. 435-2041, which means we due for a break. Let's take it. And when we come back, more of your calls, more or less, we get into the final segment when we come back after this break. Don't touch it out, folks. We will be right back.
My name is Pianki Toussaint. I am a proud representative of the Maggie brand and by extension Bryden and Miners. And I'm here to tell you that we are very excited to be once again the title sponsor of the GBN Maggie King of the Grill. This is an event that we have partnered with for well over a decade. It's a family fun environment. It's a great way to taste the culinary exploits of some of Grenada's finest chefs. And I'm telling you, if you're not there, you're missing out on something grand, right? This is something that our brand, Maggie, a household name, your culinary partner, is very, very happy to be a part of. And you'll get to see some exciting, not just see, but also taste some delicious and exciting things from us on that day as well. So we are looking forward to having you at the GBN Maggie King of the Grill. See you there.
Get ready, Grenada. The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's playing field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th. So don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you there.
Heritage Theatre presents Breaking Out, the Grenada Love Story, featuring Robert White and Lisa Grappi, written and directed by Chris DeRiggs.
But I still love you, Richie.
You love me and you're hard in me. 4 big performances, Saturday 24th and Sunday 25th May at the Grenada Trade Center, Saturday 31st May and Sunday 1st June at the Luke Cinema in Grenville. Showtime 7 p.m. sharp.
He's the love of my life, Auntie. You have to marry a man for other things besides love, child.
Get your tickets at Mitchell's Pharmacy in Grand Anse, Gittins Health and Wellness Wall Street, Gabriel's Pharmacy Pedmata, St. David Pharmacy, St. Andrew Pharmacy, Art and Soul Boutique at Spiceland Mall, 3B's Shoe Store, and GoToFed.com. Breaking Out. Come out and enjoy Grenadian theater at its best.
This ad complements Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited.
Coming up, crop overs already in the air, along with all the hype. They conquered the Caribbean, now they're ready for the world. Solid financial support joins the battle versus severe medical conditions. There's absolutely everything you need and then some at this resort. It's all next on this station.
20 minutes moving up before 10 o'clock this morning. It's we into the final segment of today's program, 435-2041. We have an open line edition for today's program, which means you listeners and viewers have the option of calling in, share your views, share your concerns, speak about issues that may be, of course, that you would like to highlight this morning here on today's program. Solutions are always welcome. Of course, situations that you may have a solution for, feel free to do so in today's program, 435-2041. We have approximately 20 more minutes left on today's program. So the lines are now open, 435-2041. You also have the option of calling in via the WhatsApp if you would like to do that also. Use the WhatsApp, you can do that. Or you probably like send a message. I've been getting a couple of messages via the WhatsApp this morning. You certainly have the option of doing that. Let's go to the phone line once again. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, morning. You know, what I was trying to say in terms of violence, it was always be at the forefront of telling our young people to stay away from drugs and stay away from violence, because I don't understand what's happening in the world today generally. So in this regard, I want to announce on this Sunday, the 25th of march. There will be an anti-drug and anti-violence march in the constituency of South St. George. That march will be starting at 3:30 p.m. from Sugar Mill to the Lagoon Road. And of course, that march is to promote peace, unity, and healthy lifestyle among our people. Mm-hmm. So I want the people to be aware. Bear in mind the 25th, this Sunday, and if you have any, they say you want to wear white T-shirts if you want, but get your groups and so involved to join this march. It's a march this Sunday, an anti-drug and anti-violence march in the constituency of South St. George, starting from Sugar Mill to the Lagoon Road, 3:30 for peace, unity, and healthy lifestyle. I think it's real, and I want to compliment the government and the parliamentary representative for such an initiative, because we always need to remind these young people and people on the whole, violence and this drug, because when we go to the prison, there's so much young men there that need guidance. So we have to highlight this march to tell them to stay away from drugs, stay away from violence, and violence is not the way to solve conflict. I always keep on saying that over and over, and people just chastise me when I keep on telling people that the most violent leader that ever passed in this country was Morris Bishop, because he used violence to get in. And they always want to chant me down. Under no conditions will I ever support violence. I would support dialogue. So this is why I'm so happy that they're having that march, and I'm encouraging people to be part of that march this Sunday, the 25th, from Sugar Mill roundabout to the Lagoon Road. Let's all highlight and say to our people, no to violence, no to drugs.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Appreciate your call. Caller, you're live via WhatsApp. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, and to you, to GT, and good morning to your listeners.
Welcome, sir.
Yes, thank you very much. And given the period that is coming upon us, which is the hurricane season, I want to encourage our people to first and foremost to get prepared for it way in advance. Sometimes persons feel that they have to wait until it comes in order to get prepared for it, but it calls for the prudent purchasing of non-perishable items, and rotating them in a manner that looking for which ones expire first and using that first, and then coming forward and having those that last longer, leaving them for a little bit later. So until and it's all a matter of building up that stock. So just in the event that a hurricane comes, all right, that you will be able to be prepared for it.
I'm not cutting in on you, sir. Not cutting in on you, but on Monday, me and Mr. Maguire, Mr. McIntyre, we were speaking along the same, getting you that level of preparedness. You understand? And it's not only the food and stuff, but your mindset. You have to get that also in tune for what's approaching. You understand?
That is correct, because yesterday I called in and on the program and advised that it's not the immediate preparedness, but you have to prepare years in advance, sometimes even like for the building and for the area, in order to the constant maintenance that would allow the building to last. And a young man said that he has a 100-year-old building, and it was a foolish point I'm making here in regards to saying that it's not the immediate, but is a long-term preparedness. But preparation has to be long-term. And given the fact that I was involved in shelter management in NADMA in Grenada some years ago after Ivan, and I saw what it took and what is needed in actuality. All the training that I went through led me to believe that you have to be prepared in order to be able to survive. And because this one is going to be so active, I'm begging the people, get prepared. Right now, you may not have started before, but you can do something now. So, jump on board and start preparing yourself, because if you don't, something may come upon you and you might be unprepared.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And certainly appreciate your contribution this morning. It's certainly something that all listeners will, of course, adhere to. Let's go to the phone line once again. We do have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Good morning, DG.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you this morning?
Well, not bad. And you?
I'm doing good.
Yes, I have 2 points I want to put to my MP and my Prime Minister.
Go right ahead, please.
Right. Now, regarding my MP, which is...
What area you live in?
The northeast.
You in the northeast?
Yes,
so
my MP.
Of course, Mr. Ron
to look for me. I live in Tempe, just a little way from the pasture.
Yes.
The other thing is, I would like to invite the Prime Minister to visit me during his term before this next Parliament ends, so that we can have a face-to-face chat about the Grenada. I'm a senior citizen, and I have tried it a lot of times to get on the program, but never get answered.
Okay.
So I am asking the Prime Minister to visit me before the next election comes. And the other 2 things I mentioned. The other one is for my MP to bring me a visit. He can find me out on once he asks for his
well, I guess you may have to state your name if you wish to, so that he will know to get in contact. Or if you mention your area in Tempe, so I guess if you give your name, he could ask. You can do that. I'm sure he's listening.
Just a little way from the bus driver, the nominee called Pumpkin.
Okay.
Yes, I like a visit from him. I also would like him to use Mount Pleasant, his government building, his Prime Minister's home, as a money-making project, and I'm willing to offer my services free of cost.
Okay. Thank you, caller. Thank you so much.
Yeah, he could charge a small figure for visiting, and I'd be happy to show the people around Mount Pleasant. I'm directly opposite the building. I can look from my veranda, and he's welcome to come round.
Okay, have a good morning, and thank you once again. And I certainly hope the MP visits you soon. We do have another caller via WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller, you're live. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. I just want to thank God this morning for another opportunity to give a call to the nation of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. There is a solution to our problems, and this answer is the Lord Jesus Christ. Even as this lady spoke about concerning about the youths and everything and what is going on in the country, it's just so heartbreaking. We need to look to the Lord this morning in repentance. God is seeking to get our attention with all that is taking place. And it's not about the warring and fighting and stabbing and chopping and killing and whatever confusion. This is not the way for us to go. As the Calypsonians say, we are going the wrong way. The word of God said there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end of our ways are the ways of death. Let us return back to God, Grenada. God is coming. Jesus Christ is soon to come. So much death is in the nation and all around the world. It's just trouble on every hand. We need to commit ourselves to the Lord in repentance and forgiving one another, loving and caring for one another, and seeking to know God, because the Lord is coming, people. It's very late. Everything is just pointing to the return of the Lord Jesus Christ. He loves us. He cares for us. He died to save us. And there is hope for every one of us in the Lord this morning. Let us not wait any longer, because waiting may be too late. May God bless everyone and have a blessed day. And let us look unto Jesus Christ this morning. He is the author and finisher of our faith. Not religion, not politicians, not the party, not the whatever, but Jesus Christ. Thank you. God bless everyone.
You too, caller. Have a good morning. Caller, your life. Good morning.
Yes, thank you very much, President. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
The caller before the last, he has amazed me. I must admit. This gentleman, and I call him a gentleman, is my very first cousin, my aunt's son. But frankly speaking, this man must have spent umpteen years in England and came back here. He's here now, and on a couple of occasions, he made me promises. But 5 years ago when I lost my leg and I tried to contact with him, well, all the promises that he has made to me, and I must disclose this because I find a lot of us are very deceitful. Very deceitful. I mean, your own relative who you turn down, who you refuse to even take answers to my call and whatnot, etc. And today you talking so much about as though you are so righteous, maybe you are so holy. I mean, may the good Lord, your aunt, your mother, not your aunt, my aunt, your mother, and she was very loving to me. Very, very loving to me. I slept in the house a couple of times well after the revolution. And, today, your wife and all, and she was very loving to me. I could never forget the day when she was trying to talk to me in tongue. And when you called her away, my friend, let us be honest with ourselves. There's an almighty creator, and we are blood. And, well, anyway, I'm not asking you for anything anymore. I am here suffering still, but I must let you know how I feel about you. You have a good day. Have a good week. Enjoy the rest of your life.
Thank you, caller. We do have another caller. Good morning, caller for WhatsApp. Good morning, your life. Let's hear from you.
Chicky, just 30 seconds. I just want to stick to the men quick. I'm urging the men in Grenada to go do the colonoscopy test. It's something very serious with the prostate cancer that men been having lately. And early detection would be an easy fix, you understand? So right now, I meet this lady, she's Grenadian, and then she does colonoscopy, and she wants to volunteer her time free to come to Grenada. So I have to see if I could make that contact for her. So then I urge our young men, prostate cancer is not an easy thing. In the early stage, you'll be able to treat it. But if they found it late, then you know the cost. GT, thanks again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's a great contribution there from you, sir. 435-2041. We have approximately 5 minutes left on today's program. We still could accommodate a couple more calls. So if you do want to make a contribution towards today's program, feel free to do it within this gap here now, as the lines are open. Let's go back to the phone line and say good morning to the caller. Caller, good morning, and you're live.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
This material world is imperfect, and there will be no happiness here. We could only be happy when we use the human form for its right purpose, and that purpose is spiritual. We are not the form, we are spirit souls, and we are eternal. No God comes in no clouds to liberate us. Our karma and activities while we are alive will liberate us at the time of death. Back to the spiritual realm. But if you're going to prepare yourself now, using the human form for bhakti yoga, meaning devotional service to the Lord, you will never be liberated. You will remain in this prison of God, the material world, until you choose God in another life, if you're lucky to get a human one. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, caller. Thank you also for your contribution this morning. It's to the point here on Classic Radio GBN TV. We have an open line this morning here on today's program. And of course, I want to thank all who have called in thus far and made their contributions towards today's program. I certainly do appreciate it a whole lot. We do have another caller. This time is via the WhatsApp. Let's see what this caller has to offer. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome via WhatsApp. Good morning.
Yeah, hi. Good morning.
Good morning
to you, sir. I just want to know what's happening with Mr. Rolo.
I don't think anything is wrong with Mr. Roll as far as I know. Usually mentioned the last time he was here, usually around the season that's approaching, he would say. So he takes a break from the calling in on the radio and so forth. I think that's usually what happens.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I actually missed him on the radio.
Okay. Thank you. All right. 435-2041, 435-2041. Usually, I think that's what I heard he mentioned the last time. You know, what did he mention? I hope it's not bad of me repeating it. He said it's the devil's season, something of that nature. So he usually takes a break and sometimes comes back sometime around, September or so forth. Around that time, takes a little break from this. 435-2041. The lines are open. We still have time to take another call or two. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, your life. Good morning.
Hey, Jay, good morning, brother.
Good morning to you, sir.
And I had a conversation with two boys. And I asked them how school is going and how things are going. And, they tell me how things are going, but they tell me, look at that. They say in their classroom, everybody have a knife in their bag.
Yeah.
So I said, how come you guys have knives in the bag?
Is it primary or secondary?
Secondary.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a Form 4, right?
Form 4.
So I'm really appealing to the police. I don't think the teachers can handle that. The police do what you call a stop and check. Every district should have a team where they can go in this classroom, then in the schools, and then.
What would you think about taking the liberty for yourself and visiting a police station in your area if the young man who spoke to you live in your area and have a conversation with the police so that they can visit that particular school? It's not the kind of thing you would like to hear happening in schools. Caller, you there?
Hello?
Caller, you there? Yeah. I was saying, why don't you take the liberty on yourself to probably go speak to the police in reference to what the young man spoke to you in relation to, and let them visit that particular school and see if that issue could be remedied some way or the other.
Well, yeah,
I mean, because sometimes you're calling on the radio may not get the solution you want for this particular issue. You understand?
Well, it's not an isolated incident. I believe that is all over the country. I believe that because
But if you could have it solved in one particular area, it could lead to it being solved in other areas. You understand?
I will do that. Honestly, I will do that because I have links in that school. I can create that kind of vibe in that school. But I'm just saying that the police need to have a team to stop and check the secondary schools in every district.
But we know that the resources of the police is already stretched at the level it's at already, and I don't think they could be at every school doing that. But if you know of a particular school that is having that issue, they could probably, go to that particular one and have it solved, and it leads to having them go to other schools and have it solved. If you understand where I'm coming from in relation to that.
I'm not where you're coming from. I do understand where you're coming from. But if that is open up to the public, our parents, because it could happen any time we a child got starved in a school.
Understand.
Everybody got a knife in their bag. It's a matter of time before something tragic or teacher gets starved.
Sometimes parents are totally unaware of situations like that. They're totally not. I don't think a parent will know that their son or daughter is going to school with a knife in their bag and accept that situation. You understand?
Yeah, but what is even shocking? Most of the schools have security guards.
Well, sometimes the security guards are not going to the level of searching bags. You understand? A youngster may not present himself as someone who has a knife in his bag. He may be nicely dressed going to school with his bag, thinking his books that he has in the bag, and there's other paraphernalia in there. You understand? So a security guard may not think, GT has a knife or whatever in his bag because how I look. Sometimes your looks are deceiving, as they would say.
And the young man expressed to me other things that are happening in the school. And it's too graphic to even say on the radio, so I wouldn't even do that. But I'm just saying that we have to be careful with our children because basically I'm telling you, parents are thinking that the children are walking this what you call this slick area. They don't understand their children. I'm going to just leave it because it's too graphic for the radio.
Understand.
I'm just saying I'll leave that maybe for next time. But I'm just saying that our officers need to have a team in place to deal with those children. Because you might have your child going to school and your child studying in school and he's been harassed, knife in his throat, and just imagine doing something in that school and then you get children. Have a nice day, brother.
You too, sir. Thank you so much, and I appreciate your contribution also. But sometimes, situation like that, you could step in at an early stages and have it rectified by you. It's not always calling the radio station to mention things like that may help. I'll say it may not, but sometimes you taking it up upon yourself, visiting the police. Hey, I'm hearing this happening there, and I think you folks should look into it. The police would, of course, get a team together and visit, and it could be remedied, and which leads to other schools who may be having that particular problem, having that situation remedied also. Hey folks, that's why we're going to take a break, for not only a break, but that's why we're going to have to take a wrap for today's edition of To The Point. Thanks all who contribute towards today's program, and certainly join me again tomorrow. Most like tomorrow we would have the police popping in tomorrow, and I'm not sure which particular department will be coming in tomorrow, and we'll have our discussion as usual. Until then, thank you so much. Have yourself a great day. What's left of it? That's why we say goodbye for today's edition of To The Point. Goodbye, folks.